Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Yeah, on the Ethereum chart, we're also tracking, like on the Bitcoin chart, this series of 1-2 setups. And eventually, if our current support level is holding in the current correction, which is the $1,700 level, plus minus a few dollars, we always talk about sustained breaks. Yeah, so as long as we don't have a sustained break below 1700, the focus will be on higher in this structure here. Yeah, disregard the timeline. If I could take it out, I would. This is sort of how it should project higher and could eventually, if we're really getting into a bull run, go to 8 to 10K. That is sort of my ideal target range for Ethereum in the next bull run. And what this roadmap is telling you is that any retracements should be shallow, yeah, going forward. More or less, of course, depends on the wave degree, but especially the lower degrees, yeah, any wave 4 correction should be rather shallow. But of course, the condition is that we're holding the $1,700 level. Quick view I wanted to take in this video about the on the alternative wave count, because what happens if the 1700 level breaks? Had a few questions. Are we all bearish? Well, it would certainly be short-term bearish, but I would then say that's the same alternative, or the same wave count alternative that we've got for Bitcoin. If this support breaks at $1,700, then the previous support area remains valid and relevant. And it would just be a different count, but you have support directly at 1664 again and 1534. I would rather say that if we break below 1700, I will be looking at the 1530 level. Why is that the case? Because I would assume that in that case, if we're breaking that support, that this wave 2 never finished. And that we just had an A wave down, a B wave up, and now a C wave down. Am I looking for it primarily? No. So, but it's still a likely alternative interpretation, yeah. Still, though, for various reasons, less likely than my primary count. Now, let's zoom into the 1-2 setup here that we're dealing with at the moment. Here we have basically no change. We're still looking at this wave 1 to the upside, which topped on the 14th of July. A wave 2 pullback into the support zone. And this is an ABC structure. Yes, another wave count is possible as a WXY structure, but it doesn't really lead to any new insights or even to different targets. So we're looking at this as an ABC structure. The C wave is an ending diagonal, which means the subwaves are corrective. You deal with ABC structures which are already unreliable in the subwaves. So we have to expect choppy price action, unexpected twists and turns. And I can encourage everybody only to focus basically on the bigger picture at the moment, not so much on the micro level. I'm tracking the micro purely to get an understanding when we get the first 5 wave move up. At the moment, we haven't got it yet. And at the moment, the micro structure shows that it's likely to still come down a little bit lower. But don't see these micro counts as too predictive. I tell you why. So we are first of all in an ending diagonal, and that just tells us choppy price action, okay? It just tells us we have to expect choppy price action. And in this choppy price action, price could easily go back to the trend line, down again, trend line, down again. So if you try to trade every single wave here, you might burn your fingers, okay? What we need to understand is that as long as we stay below 1867, further lower prices are expected in the current wave count. The reason is that this B wave is ideally finished, but it could still extend higher in a flat structure. So 1867, however, would be the resistance for that. If we break above that, it would have bullish implications. Would it already be the breakout in a third wave? Too early to say. I would need to look at the structure then. Yeah. If you want to be kept up to date about latest developments, check out our gold membership. Here I update several times a day on Discord, Telegram, about latest developments. If anything changes, I mean, sometimes you have no change. I still post, nothing changed, right? Sometimes people just like reassurance. But if there is a change, and I'm currently looking for a 5-wave move to the upside, if we see that, that could be the earliest possible and most likely signal that the trend is shifting back to the upside, okay? Until I have that signal, lower prices are expected. But we're basically in the area where we are expecting a turnaround. Yeah, ideally, I'd like to see price drop to 1780. But this will, in my opinion, be a very, very strong support level. The same way that I have talked about the 1830 level weeks ago. Yeah, you will remember that. A very, very relevant support level. You can see that. Sometimes we forget about that, but I wanted to see this correction to come down at least to 1830. Well, guess what? We are there. But micro count still suggests another low, and it also hasn't rallied impulsively in any way off this support area. So another low still expected. But yeah, we are there now. We have arrived, and now we're just waiting for a signal that it's going to go to the upside. But at the moment, I can't see a signal yet, and a break above 1867 would be such a signal, but that would be too easy, because we can't just say, okay, just because it's breaking above a level, we're in the third wave. It will need the right structure. Otherwise, it could always just be a corrective rally. All right, that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.